What's up, everybody? This is Kieran Reese, otherwise known as the Obsessed Compulsive Gamer, the O.C.G. Hopefully live. We've got our Ragnarok! Okay, I'm sworn. Hey. Sorry about that, man. Oh. I was gonna stream earlier, but just my luck, I actually had some tooth pain pop up earlier this afternoon of all the days. Thankfully, I took some medication and I kind of stamped it out before it started. Usually, if I start to feel tooth pain, I will immediately take some over-the-counter pain medication to combat it. Because usually, if I catch it before it gets really bad, it doesn't become really bad. Yeah, exactly. You know, a lot of people, when they get a toothache, they wait till it gets really, really bad to take medication. But I found that it helps to be on top of it to prevent it from getting bad, because once it gets bad, it's staying bad for a while. My teeth are still fucked, you know? I knew, just because my abscess popped or whatever, and I felt better, that it wasn't like it wasn't like it was good as new. I just, I'm still trying to get an appointment with the dentist, but, 95% of dentists don't take my insurance, and the ones that do are booked from here to eternity. It's not like, well, we'll put you on a list, and we'll call you. It's like, no, just call back in a couple of months and pray that we have a space. It's ridiculous. It's not like I want to deal with this. But, yeah, and this was a different tooth that hadn't bothered me in ages, so, like, of all the days for it to flare up after, but whatever. And I just took 2 more painkillers, just Tylenol and ibuprofen. When I say painkillers these days, people think it's like Oxy or some shit. So, that way I can just play and do this. I wanted to be able to play without interruption. I find it hard to play when I'm in pain, so most of the pain had gone away, but just to be safe, I took some, before I started playing. But yeah. I'm excited to get back into Ragnarok. I haven't played this in years, and they've added a bunch of new shit since the last time I played it, including the new costume set for the 20th anniversary. Plus, when I played this back when it launched, back in like November of 2022, I really, really, really loved the game, but it's like you're in the hype, so you need more distance, but I'm fully expecting to enjoy the shit out of this again, so. I also really love Kratos' outfit here. Well, I'm going to be able to get the trophy. This is a PS4 version. I already got the trophy on the PS5 version, so I'm kind of double dipping for the plat again. Although that won't be anytime soon. This is a fucking massive game. This game is like twice the size of 2018, man. And I don't mean like twice the map size. I mean like over twice the content. And it's not padded either. Like they legitimately just fucking jam-packed this game. This game is crazy ambitious. But I really like they gave him that outfit, the snow outfit, because things have been getting really bad. And in the actual game, like the cloak gets ripped off of him, I guess because at the time they had trouble animating the cloak. So people bitched enough that they added it to New Game Plus, which it was just cool. But, you know, people were like, no, I don't want to have to beat the game to get it. So they added an update like 4 or 5 months ago that just gave it back to a regular game. Like it gets ripped off and then it gets handed back to you. So that's cool. This game is also technically the end of an era, because this was the last cross-gen Sony game. And it was the last PS4 game made by Sony. Ghost of Tsushima was the last Sony exclusive that was just for PS4. I mean, later it came to PS5, but it originally launched for PS4. But they kept, you know, a bunch of games like Miles Morales were cross-gen. But this was the last. So you can almost see God of War Ragnarok as the end of the PS4 generation in earnest, because Sony after that point made no cross-gen games.
Hungry?
Oh shit, Trace's balls dropped.
What's next?
Home. Storm is getting worse.
I'll get them ready.
And see, it's a really bad situation. I didn't fully finish the 2018 God of War because all that was left was like the final boss battle and all that stuff, and I had already gotten the platinum. But basically what you need to know is Atreus has mistletoe arrows, which is the one thing in Kill Boulder, if you're familiar. And Freya, his mom, took them from Atreus. But before then, he had broke his quiver, and his dad took the mistletoe and used it to fix his quiver. And the mom didn't, you know, pick up on that. So, in a bit of a delicious irony, Boulder decides to punch Atreus because he's a piece of shit he's a little kid, and he punches the mistletoe, and it breaks his immortality. And Kratos tries to let Boulder go for Freya's sake, and because he's trying to prove that he's not the person that he was. You know what I'm saying? But Boulder is so pissed off still at his mother that he tries to kill her. And because Kratos has actually become quite fond of Freya, that is what pushes him to snap Boulder's neck and kill him once and for all. But Freya rather than being grateful, Kratos saved her, was willing to die for her son. That's why she went to all those insane fucking lengths to protect him, and vows revenge on Kratos. Although at the time she can't fight him because she's bound by a curse. They talk about earlier in the game she can't fight anyone at all. That's why she lives in the woods. It was another cruel thing that Odin did to her because she was a warrior. So he trapped her in Midgard away from her people and made it so she couldn't fight. Really fucked her over. But killing Baldur set into motion Ragnarok, or the prelude to Ragnarok called Fimbulwinter, which is an incredibly brutal winter. And it's true. Baldur's death is the catalyst that starts Ragnarok. So it was already kind of bad, and Midgard was already kind of bad in 2018 because they're like, the Valkyries are not shepherding the dead. There's all these people, the oceans. But it has been steadily snowing and getting colder and colder and colder for 3 years. This jumps ahead 3 years. So shit's pretty dire. Of course, at the time, Kratos didn't know that killing Baldur would do that. He was just trying to protect his friend, honestly. He let him go when he, It was one of the few times that Kratos actually killed a god for the greater good. Because he was going to let him go until he tried to kill Freya. So it actually had nothing to do with, typically when Kratos kills a god, it's because he got pissed off. This was, he was walking away, then he started choking his mom, he's like, fuck! And I really dig the Kratos with the black cloak. And you should definitely like this, because how much you like winter. Midgard is snowy as shit. And the lake, later on in this game, you get to explore Midgard again, but they do a really good job. It's not just backtracking through old locations. It feels completely different. You see new places, but the lake that, you saw me, boating on has completely frozen over, so now you drive these sled dogs around, and it's fucking sick. You can drift and shit, and I actually prefer that to the boat. You still use the boat, just not in Midgard. So Midgard, despite being a returning location, for sure. And that was supposed to be the whole point, is showing that Kratos had changed. You know what I'm saying? That for once, he didn't kill a god out of rage, he killed a god because they were trying to hurt somebody he cared about. Because Atreus was sick, and he would have died, but Freya saved him, and he told her, I will not forget this. And as soon as she saved his son's life, and she did it for no personal gain, she didn't get anything from it, she did it because she cared. She basically became Kratos' his friend. So he cared about her and wasn't going to let Baldur kill her. But in her opinion, she would have rather... He survived. Baldur was the only thing she had left. So she vowed revenge on Kratos. This is a phenomenal game. See, the general... And I know I'm pausing a lot to talk, but this game gets me excited. God of War 2018, everybody sucks his dick, and I really liked the game, okay? But people were, giving it 10 out of 10s and saying it was perfect. I don't think it was perfect. I don't think it was... just the best game ever made. I thought it was really good. When you say that you think a game is overrated, people think you think it sucks. I think it was really good, okay? But they were doing a whole new formula, a whole new thing, and there's a lot of growing pains. The general consensus that a lot of people have that I've seen is that Ragnarok wasn't as good as 2018. I could not think that is more could not be more the opposite. I think that Ragnarok is the perfect sequel. It does everything that 2018 did 10 times better and fixes the flaws, okay? And it is essentially to God of War 2018 what 2 was to 1. Same idea, just done way better. Because if you look at God of War 2 on paper, it's the same thing, but it is just so much better executed and well done into that the leap in quality from God of War 1 to God of War 2 is fucking vast. Because they were just able to take all those things and refine the shit out of it. You know, better bosses, better combat, better weapons, better environments, better, like, everything in God of War 2 is better. But to those people, God of War 2, and by extension, God of War Ragnarok, is not as good because it doesn't have had that feeling of freshness. It's just more of the same. Okay, that's what a fucking sequel is. Like, people are literally attacking this game and God of War 2 by extension, because there were a lot of people saying, well, God of War 2 is good, but it's just not like the first game. It's not as fresh. It's bullshit. Okay? It's what a sequel should be. Why would you come into a sequel, and not only that, a direct sequel, expecting it to be radically different? And then get upset that it's not. A sequel is supposed to keep the spirit of the original game, but improve upon it. I digress. So, everything that the original game did is better. And they're just saying that because it was a sequel, it's just shitty. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people were shitting on it, saying, well, it just doesn't have that wow factor, because it's just more of the same as 1. No, I like God of War 2 a lot better than 1. That's not to say God of War 1 isn't great, it just was the first. Had a lot of rough edges. Every single time I replay the first God of War and I get to the goddamn spike of Hades, I'm going to throw my controller at a wall. They took that foundation and made it so much better in God of War 2. And that's what they did with Ragnarok. And they listened to fan feedback. And I think God of War 2018 was great, but I think God of War Ragnarok is legitimately in my top 10 favorite games of all time. I remember picking it up, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty long, I'm going to play it, and I'll probably play some other stuff. And I basically marathoned this game for like a week and did not play anything else. Not because I'm like, oh, I've got to get it done. I was so into this game that I didn't want to play anything else. That's how much I love this game. And it's rare that a game grits me to the point where I just don't want to play anything else. I fucking love this game. And with the improvements they made several updates after I quit playing. And then with the 20th anniversary stuff that they added, and with me being able to get finishing God of War 2018, and with there still being a PS4 Platinum for this, it felt like the right time to replay it. I haven't played it in a couple years. See, it's linear right now, but you get to freely roam around with the dogs.
Maybe he'll be ready to eat when we get home.
He is quite sick, Trace.
I know. He was a little better yesterday. Until he wasn't. If he keeps eating, I'm not giving up on him. See that?
Yes.
Is it hurt?
It is her. The state is not far. Get ready.
And for once in his life, Kratos is running from Freya because he doesn't want to kill her. Because she's his friend, she hasn't done anything wrong to him, and he understands her pain that her son is dead. So...
She wouldn't give up that easy, would she?
She never does. Stay alert.
There she is! Mother! Got you! You gotta get away from her!
I'm trying.
Up there! What's she? Look out! The tree! Coming down! That was too close. Coming around again!
I do not wish to fight you!
I'm losing my grip here! Father!
I have you!
Hold on a second, sorry. Oh.
Hold tight! The protection stave is near!
Oh no! Freya, we're not your enemy!
Freya, wait!
Please don't make me do this! We're through the stave. We made it.
That stave blocks her from coming.
It's Becky. Fauna. Up.
So once again, this game starts with a fucking bang.
I'm sorry I couldn't take the shot.
I did not wish you to.
I keep hoping she'll let it go. You saved her life.
I killed her son. There is no letting that go.
Yeah. I guess killing Baldur really did bring on Fimbulwinter. Never stopped snowing after that day.
Yeah, and it does. After you beat the game, from that point forward, the sky's permanently overcast and it snows everywhere. Well, in Midgard. Yeah, it's just a nice touch.
Think it's ever gonna get better?
Someday.
Because it was her son.
But the worst is still ahead of us.
That's why.
Be strong.
She even tells Kratos that he could be kind of a douche. But she loved him. It's her son. And pretty much the only thing she had left. And because she felt responsible, Baldur, well, you have to understand that he was a kind of a dick because what she did. He wasn't like that to begin with. Okay? The thing she put on him that made him immortal to all but mistletoe made it so he couldn't feel, taste, or touch. And he couldn't eat, couldn't drink, he didn't sleep. So it made him immortal, but it basically made it so he couldn't eat, couldn't drink, couldn't fuck, couldn't feel anything. And he begged his mother to take it off him because she knew how to remove the curse or the blessing or whatever, however you want to say it. She wouldn't. And over time, Odin, because he's a manipulative asshole, that's Odin's thing, he's a deceiver. He's very different than Zeus. They didn't want to repeat that thing. Odin is more the guy behind the scenes, pulling the strings with the shadows. The puppet master, he's really good at manipulating people. Told him, oh, do this for me, and we'll figure out a way to remove your curse. And Odin was his dad, so he believed his father, and that's why he was after Kratos, was because his dad sent him. And decades of not being able to feel drove him insane. So, yes, he is a fucking douche, but one, he's still her son, and two, she knows that she is a large part of reason why he was fucking crazy, because not being able to feel, taste, touch, drink, eat, sleep, fuck, feel warmth, drove him insane. So she feels responsible, and she kind of is. So that is why she was still pissed off. And she lost her people. She lost her husband. The only thing she had left was her son. So...
I got it.
I will get the deal.
Go on, girls.
And I really like Kratos' outfit. Oh, and they're so pretty. They have wolves that they use to help them get around. And they did such a great job. Actually, I have to admire the fucking fur. Hold on. There's a button for photo mode. I'm trying to figure out what the shortcut is because it's different. Where's photo mode? Yeah, so pretty. I was just gonna say, I really like the fur rendering that they did with the dogs. Most games, even modern games, really struggle with the fur rendering on animals. And this game, despite being, what, 3 years old now, has some of the best fur rendering I've ever seen. I mean, even the Oblivion remake looks gorgeous, but you can see on the Khajiit that they don't have individually rendered fur. What is the fucking button for... I gotta Google it. Yeah, it does. Well, see, in that game it makes sense. Because it's the main character of the game, you know what I mean? Okay, you have to pause and then hit square. Gotcha. Like, I mean, the fur is fucking magnificent. And I forgot all the cool stuff they added.
Oh, yeah. He always says hello.
Atreus.
Fenrir. You okay, boy?
You can hold the button to buff up your axe, and the next hit does a lot more damage. and the way you throw it is different. And they have all kinds of moveset shit they've added with that.
It's okay, boy. You're okay. I know. I missed you too. Where's your food? Still hungry? Come on, boy. You need to eat. Eat. Why? Too big? There you go. Good boy.
And you know, when an animal refuses to eat, it's a really bad time. It means they're really close to dying. It's been my experience that usually that's like the last thing to go, you know what I mean? So... Sorry, I just have a crick in my neck. Okay.
You must prepare yourself.
For what? He's still eating. He wants to live.
He is dying.
You're a good boy. A brave boy. Fast and strong. But you can rest now. Okay? I'll be okay.
And as somebody who loves animals, this beginning got me right in the feels right away.
You have to let go. Sofna. Afra. Tesu. Sofna. Hithon. Sofna. Sofna. Sofna.
And you remember, I told you at the end of the last game, they revealed that Atreus is Loki. Guess what the wolf's name is?
Come. We train.
What? No. It's the middle of the night.
At the end of the last game, they revealed that Atreus is Loki. Guess what his wolf's name is? Fenrir.
Night does not stop our enemies.
Why? What for? Training is all we ever do, ever. It's not enough. We can't hide forever.
We do not hide. We prepare for a fight for which we are not ready. We'll go.
Time is running out. The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok. War is coming. Whatever Loki's supposed to be doing, he's supposed to be doing it now. My story doesn't end hiding in these woods. I should be out there, finding out who I am, who Loki is.
I will not allow you to pick a fight with gods.
I don't want to fight anyone. I just want answers.
And if those answers lead to war with Asgard?
Maybe that's what Mother wanted.
We do not know what Mother wanted.
Looks like we never will.
I kind of see both sides of it. Kratos is trying to prepare him because, you know, Ragnarok's coming, shit's going to go down. But at the same time, if I had just learned that I'm fucking this herald giant hero of legend and I have shit I need to do to help save the world and we're not doing it and we're just sitting at home waiting, I'd be pissed off too. Especially at 14, which is how old he is.
A moment alone with Fenrir before I bury him.
And Kratos has already been down this path. He's already seen the end of the road of a pantheon. He really doesn't want to fuck with another one.
Well, I recognize that dour expression anywhere. Care to tell me what went wrong?
The wolf is gone.
Oh, no. Not Fenrir. How's the lad taking it?
Not well. He goes to bury him.
Oh, damn it. All right, brother. Good night, then.
And Mimir and Kratos have grown a lot closer together because he's been with them this past 3 years. He knows when to leave Kratos alone. Kratos is just afraid that if he steps into this to try and help his son find answers, that it might just mean the death of everything. Which he's been down that road. He doesn't want to do that. He came here to get away from that shit. The first time I saw this, it was so sick. This had my fucking jaw on the floor.
Kratos?
The entire first game, you heard about his mother, you didn't see his mother. And then they immediately fucking come back into fucking dream sequence, show his mom. And that his mom was actually an actress that I really like. That I had seen and watched growing up. Her name is Deborah Ann Woll. And she was in the Daredevil show. She was in True Blood. She's been in a lot of stuff. I'm a big fan of her. So when I first saw that she was the mom, I was like, what? And they had kept this under wraps.
You walk as though Ymir himself sits atop your shoulders.
This is your hunt. I will follow.
Very well, Gronkus.
And you see how much he loved her. as well as the fact that she calls him Grumbles, which, think about anybody fucking else trying to get away with calling Kratos Grumbles. You can tell it's his wife and he loves her.
Am I to decipher your grunting? Tell me your thoughts.
We hunt the predator.
A wolf. Yes.
Predators kill. It is the natural order of things.
Your words are misguided.
And I also love, like I said before, with the prior God of War games, they had tons and tons and tons of camera cuts, which were fine. It's how they, did the battles, the cinematic angles with the fixed camera. So with God of War 2018, they challenged themselves to not have a single camera cut. And it's something you almost don't notice until it's pointed out, but God of War 2018, from the very beginning to the very end, has no camera cuts. It is one continuous camera angle. From in and out of cinematics. Because they wanted to do the opposite. They're like, oh, we're going to have a fully controllable camera. Let's never break the camera. So they had to figure out a way to transition into these dream sequences. There are a couple throughout the game that, shows you the backstory. And to transition between playing Atreus and Kratos. Because there's a couple of times throughout the game when you do it, and they do it really sick in a way that still doesn't break the camera angle. It's pretty fucking dope.
Approach.
And props to them for figuring that out.
We want to help, don't we? No, don't. Come on. The sick wolf we found beyond our stave.
And if you're a fan of the character of this game, like I was, and they talked about the mother actually getting to see her right away, was like, oh shit, because they had kept the fact that she's in the game completely under wraps.
As I said he would.
Which wasn't hard, because she actually is a pretty big star.
It was not our concern. Now it is.
A problem doesn't have to reach our doorstep for it to be our responsibility.
And they do a really good job of showing how much Atreus is like his mother. And you can see where he gets his kindness, and for him, she was the light in the tunnel. You know what I mean? That gave him hope. And that's why he named Atreus that. It symbolized hope. That he could be better, that he could be different. That maybe he could be a good dad. That he could have another kid and not fuck it up this time.
We have the power to limit the harm it could cause. We should act. Who are we to hide and do nothing?
We are not hiding.
And once again, you see how strong Kratos is, man. Just casually picking up a tree that's got to be a ton, like it's fucking a paperweight. And she can also pick it up. She's not a giant. Okay, so she's not a god, per se, but she is a giant, and they talk about how the giants are a very powerful race in and of themselves. So she may not be as strong as Kratos, so she's no fucking slouch. That's why Atreus actually has so many benefits, because, Kratos, he gets raw strength from his daddy, and he gets mystical power from his mom. It's a fucking mean combo.
Let me pick that one up. Good boy. This way.
So Atreus really does have the potential when he's an adult to be fucking insane in power. I mean, literally, fucking the ghost of Sparta is your dad, and a famed giant warrior is your mom. That,
Ray. Ray!
Time is running out, my love, and there is much to do.
See, like, I just have to respect how fucking sick that was. How seamlessly they transitioned into the dream and out of the dream without breaking the camera. When, like, 99 times out of 10, when you see dream, they cut to wake up.
Where's Atreus?
Hence my bellowing. He never came back from burying the wolf. It's been some time.
He cannot be far.
You suppose he took a shortcut through the realm between realms?
No, the stones have not moved.
You don't suppose he was training in the middle of the night?
I suggested as much.
Did you? What on earth for?
He was breathing.
He was trying to help him.
Oh, Kratos, I know you're trying. Baldur's chasm is too unstable, brother. The lad wouldn't try it.
Oh, they did such a great job with this game. The UI, just everything.
This has not been opened.
No prints this way either. Let's see. Tracks heading down to the frozen river. That's most likely where he did the burying.
Locked.
Aye. Fire's dwindling now. Where else could he have gone from here?
He crawled through here.
See, so this is like where you start out in the original game. But they immediately have you go into a brand new area, brand new chunk of the woods, and they consistently do that.
Troubles in your sleep, even for you. Nightmares?
I dream of the past. Almost every night.
Ah, the bad old days in Greece?
No. It feels like Faye is trying to tell me something.
Don't mean to say you're talking to ghosts again, brother.
No. But it is something more than memory.
Use your words, brother.
The tracks stop here.
And we're not alone.
Oh, God. I forgot how fucking brutal this game is. Very. Imagine being some random bandit thinking you're gonna take down Kratos. Or being as unfortunate to be a bandit. And run into Kratos of all people.
Blasted raiders.
They should not be this close.
We should check on the protection stave. There's a tree up ahead, yeah? Well?
You were right. The stave is broken.
Explains our trespassers. What happened here? Brother, back there. A dead animal? A struggle?
We must find Atreus.
Aye. Between the savage beasts and marauding raiders, he may have sought shelter. Follow the trail. We'll find him. Aha! Trail's on the other side of that gap, if you can hear the way. Any idea what could have made the lad wander off?
We argued. He accuses.
Hold on 1 second. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Of hiding from Odin.
Only sensible to keep a low profile after killing 3 of his kin.
A reckoning will come. That is why Atreus must learn to survive on his own.
Oh, this is about that prophecy. Just because the giants had you dead on some wall full of otherwise accurate predictions.
I do not believe in prophecies.
Well, good.
Do you believe in prophecy?
I'm skeptical by nature, though we have seen things that defy explanation. So, speaking as the smartest man alive, I've no bloody idea.
See, you can buff it, and it basically insta-freezes the next time you hit somebody.
Behind you! Look out!
And they did a very good job with that. And same with the blades, you can light them up to deal a lot more flame damage instantly. And they've added a lot of new layers to the combat, especially like with the axe. With the axe and the blades, if you went without getting hit, you would gradually build up greater frost and greater fire. And that's still here, but now you can bank it. And when you do that, it greatly empowers you even further, but it's temporary. Whereas with the frost and the fire, it lasts until you get hit. So it's like a give and take.
Behind you! Watch out! All right, where's that trail gone?
And they took the graphics up even further, honestly. I think this game still looks fucking great now. Hold on a second, let's see. Yeah, you can make all kinds of shortcuts, which I think is cool. We're swiping different directions on the touchpad. It's optional, but still super sick.
scouting party. They must have a camp nearby.
I know what you're thinking, brother. But Atreus can handle himself. You've taught him well.
So he keeps telling me.
Yeah, Atreus may not be his dad's power level yet, but I doubt a few bandits would be able to take him out. I mean, they showed him go through a lot of shit just in the last game, man.
Torches. And the trail leads into that cave.
Well, we know where we are going. I'm sure we can find a quiet way in. Or you can do that. These the raiders you rescued the wolves from?
No. They have not been here long.
I love this. Yeah, the wolves that they have, Kratos actually, they were torturing the wolves to eat them slowly and keeping them alive so they didn't freeze. And obviously Kratos is not a fan of that. Because Kratos is a douche, but Kratos can be a douchebag, but he's never deliberately tortured somebody for no reason. You know what I mean? He wouldn't hesitate to kill somebody who was in his way, but he never took pleasure from somebody suffering and never just torture somebody just for shits and giggles. Yeah, see, people complained that Kratos was too slow. So, in the last game, so they greatly enhanced his mobility, like giving him a death from above attack. And they have battles that are on multiple planes now, which are about to say. I think they found a happy middle ground, honestly. And they brought back the chain swinging, where you can swing across.
Behind you, watch out! The trail goes through here, leads deeper in.
There will be more.
And now he can actually smack enemies with objects. Like, you'll find, like, boulders and shit, and Kratos can actually grab it with the blade and chuck it across the room, so it adds, like, a cool, like, environmental shit like that, where you can grab stuff from the environment and beat enemies with it. I mean, it's not like, oh, a game changer, but it's still nice, and it fits Kratos.
Well, someone got in the bear's way.
Like I said, they just took everything that was so good about the last game and they just refined the shit out of it. But for me, that took it way over the top. In a good way.
Behind you, look out!
And you quickly get the blades. You know, it's not like the first game where you get them halfway through, although I understand why they did that. You quickly get the blades. They just, you know, for new players, didn't want to overwhelm people.
Fire from above! That one's got a sling. Look out, brother!
Yeah, I have a fucking frost axe, so... I like my odds. They also did something I really like, whereas before, Atreus would have his own skills, and you'd have a shared pool of XP, and a lot of people skimped on upgrading Atreus to upgrade Kratos, which is understandable. But now they independently get XP, so it's not like, well, do I want to upgrade Kratos or Atreus? I think that was a smart decision. Oh, I'm sorry. See, the battles are a lot more vertical.
Atreus, are you here?
And you can tell in general that Kratos moves a lot more
Let's find a way out.
quickly, you know, just the sprinting. And like I said, once he gets the blades, you fucking can swing. And he can even do something now where he launches himself. So it's like he grabs and slingshots. And when you get the spear, which is much later in the game, he can actually make zip lines with it. So you'll find a rope, he'll grab it and slide down. So it's kind of a compromise. You can't freely jump, but it's a lot more
The
vertical.
trail leads back out. We need our own way up to find it again.
Like I said, man, I fucking love this game.
Perhaps Atreus came here seeking shelter, kept moving when he saw the raiders, and the bear came barreling after. Impressive rampage, I'll give it that.
You think the bear was chasing Atreus?
Well, just as likely the bear was hurt and Atreus was chasing it to hell. You know the lad.
Atreus, where are you?
Well, we found the bear, or he found us. Oh, he seems angry.
And you get different shields throughout the game, actually, that have different abilities. Like, you can actually customize your shield, and they have a lot of different cool shit you can do with the shield. That's what I'm saying, just like everything that was good about that game has been expanded upon. And I thought that God of War 2018 was great, but it was kind of rough around the edges. I think this is fucking outstanding. Like I said, I'm not sure where I put it, but I would put this in like my top 10 favorite games of all time. Fucking love this game.
Oh, you've done it now, bear.
I love how it roars and he roars back, man. And they actually made his rage mode even cooler. Now his punches explode with flames. Like his anger is literally fire.
Here it comes. Hit it before it comes again.
And you get different forms of his rage mode that you can switch between. The first one is the standard one, but my favorite one is called Valor. First one's called Valor, and he actually like you heal, he heals, but it does like 3 times more healing if you attack into it. So it's like a parry that heals you, and it's fucking amazing because it's like virtual any attack. First time I saw that, I was like, what the fuck?
Atreus!
And you can see, like, Kratos almost snapped his fucking neck.
What?
First, focus. Heal.
I love that you can see how he can force himself to heal like his dad did in the original game. After the 5 bullet, you see him.
What happened?
You do not remember.
But it's great because not only do we know that Loki can shapeshift, but Bjorn, the bear, was one of the forms that Loki took.
I prayed Fenrir. And then, I'm not sure. I was so sad. And then I was angry. And scared. I remember running. There was a bear. Charging, and I charged back. That had to be a dream.
Your emotions. They transformed you.
I didn't know I could do that.
You did not do anything. They overcame you. That is why we must not abandon your training. We do not know the reach of your abilities. They will be dangerous without discipline to control them.
You've already taught me discipline. I need more than that. I need answers. Answers you don't have.
Answers only your mother had. Answers she withheld.
What if there was someone who could help us? Someone that could give us answers about the giants and who Loki's supposed to be.
Atreus.
Wouldn't it help to understand what I'm becoming?
Atreus! Listen to me. I might have killed you. Until you learn control, we will take no unnecessary risks.
Inaction is also a risk. You taught me that. Stop thinking like a father for a moment and start thinking like a general.
No! No.
Last time he felt like a general, everybody died.
Collect yourself.
Everybody!
This way.
So,
Oh, that.
going to discuss the boy becoming a bear?
Yeah. Are we?
Not now. We need to repair the protection stave and get home.
What happened to the protection stave?
You did.
So you're blaming me?
I am not blaming you, Atreus.
Well, tell your voice that. Say the word, father. Nisa!
Double Raider!
Watch the fire!
And of course, there's just the starter acts. You get a lot more skills and shit. But already you can see how much more refined the game is.
Besides your gift of language and hearing creatures' thoughts, are there any other new magical abilities to report?
Oh,
What of Fenrir?
What about him?
When he died, you cast a spell.
No, I didn't.
But I saw light.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Trick of Fimbulwinter, perhaps. See my share.
Oh, I recognize where we are now. What's with all the blood?
Yours, Atreus.
Seriously?
That, or any prey you might have been dragging, I suppose.
Not sure that makes me feel any better.
This one.
And it shows how far his magical abilities are coming.
I didn't mean to.
Intent does not matter. Only consequences.
He shouldn't feel bad. Bear charged him.
What can we do?
Bear would have killed him.
Nothing. Nature will take its course.
Storms are coming.
Isn't it cold enough?
We are almost home.
Another raider! To the left! Nita!
Behind you, father!
Incoming fire!
Behind you! Incoming!
And you can now freely tackle people in raid mode and throw them against shit. That was something you could only do with certain enemies before.
Wow. A lot of those.
It's been like this all night.
It must have been inside the stave when I fixed it.
And that I do love that, being able to just grab an enemy and fucking carry him and smash them against shit. Oh, hey, it's good to see you, man.
Hey, Spana.
Atreus!
I'm just checking on...
To bed!
Yes, sir.
Yeah, wait till you see this, Alex. Shit gets real. Real fucking quick.
As evenings go, that was entirely too eventful. Though I admit it was a bit like old times there, for a moment. The three of us navigating some hitherto unhappened upon patch of forest.
Been a while since you've joined us. If that's what you mean.
Ah, well, just tired, I suppose. You've seen one deer hunt, you've seen them all.
How can you feel tired when you never sleep?
There are other kinds of tired, lad. You'll see when you're older. Now have a proper rest, my brothers. Things are always brighter in the morning.
Who's that?
The ball! Can I come in? I have need.
I fucking love Thor in this game.
I'm sure we'll find lots to talk about.
And it's the All Fathers Ravens, Hugin and Munin. Memory and form.
Nice place.
I love the etiquette here. Yeah. Like I said, the people who bitched about this not being Thor were people who just assumed the MCU was the canon Thor. This is actually much closer to mythologies. I mean, it's not one for one, none of it is, but, you know, this is pretty on the fucking money. And the guy who plays Thor, he's an actor who's in Sons of Anarchy as Opie, one of the second in command. And my parents really love Sons of Anarchy. I do too. So as soon as they saw Thor, it's like, oh shit, that's him. I love like the etiquette, how he first puts his hammer on the table and he's like, okay, and Kratos is like, fine. We're you know, like there's a certain warrior's respect there.
You could have told me before I poured. Why are you here? Just being polite. You seem like a calm and reasonable person. Are you? A calm and reasonable person. If the moment calls for calm. I'd say the moment calls for calm. Yeah.
There's so much fucking tension in this moment. fucking Odin, who's another famous actor, by the way, that you've probably seen in a bunch of movies. He's been in a lot of shit.
You know who I am? Back before winter set in, there were some misunderstandings. Regrettable ones.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, old school actors do, a lot of them do kind of think that video games are beneath them. But I think that's because they're so used to a lot of these older actors are used to games not having good stories. You know what I mean? Being really simple. So it's like, what do I have to offer a game? And that, I think that the tone has changed because one, I think they're seeing now that, you know, games can tell incredible storytelling on par with any movie. I would put the best video game stories against any movie. Fucking hands down. Red Dead Redemption 2, I would put against any Western ever fucking made. And I think also because just the money, man. It used to be that they didn't pay very well for video game work. Like, you got, a lot of them got paid just the minimum wage. But now, games are the highest grossing entertainment medium. Period. More than movies, more than that. So there's a ton of money they can afford to hire the actors, you know. Ray Liotta did Tommy Vercetti in Vice City, and he was pissed off because they paid him an undisclosed amount that was not that much. But he said the amount of work that he had to do for all the dialogue Vice City was like 5 movies. But they've come a long way since then. So, you know. And now, honestly, with the motion capture they do for games, it is essentially like shooting a movie.
Better idea of who we're dealing with. Now, what you did to his boys. Self-defense. Dying is what we Aesir live for. And let's be honest, they were kind of useless. But Baldur, he had value. He was my best tracker, my closer. Yeah, his mind was gone, sure. But he had his uses, and now he's gone because of you. You follow me?
Yeah. And that's why he was kind of pissed off. People got mad at him, but, you know, like, he was just like, I put in way more effort than I would put into a regular movie role for way less the pay. I mean, you know, especially because they wanted him off of fucking Goodfellas. And for sure. Hey. I mean, you know, especially because... Sorry, hold on. Have I heard of the Florida Joker? Yeah, I have. Suing fucking GTA. Okay, he's gonna lose that lawsuit really, really easily because in America, they have clear lines against parody. You can parody somebody in a movie, in a game, in a book, in whatever. They cannot sue you. It's satire laws. They, you know, as long as they don't use his specific name and his exact appearance, then they're in the clear. And they didn't. You can tell who they're trying to parody, but you can also clearly tell that it's not exactly him. It's not using his name, it's using his likeness. GTA has been doing this for ages. They've had so many veiled parodies of people in all their games. You don't think anybody wanted a piece of that before? No. You know, because it's protected. You're allowed to parody people. Otherwise, somebody could control their image and literally say, you're not allowed to joke at me. So that guy's fucking stupid. But if you look at him, it's obviously he's not thinking clearly in anything.
You have a debt. You're no fun anymore.
What do you want?
How about peace? How does peace Strike, the esteemed, retired god of war. How about we just don't kill each other? How about you stay home, kick up your feet, seek no quarrel with me, and I'll have none with you. Of course, it means that that one has to stop his search for Tyr.
Yeah.
We know.
Or he could have just used the publicity, man. You know, to further shit, he could have done it in a million ways. Soon Rockstar is fucking stupid. Ever since fucking GTA 3, they've had a massive arrow on Rockstar's back. Almost every single game they've done has been subject to countless lawsuits. They have one of the best legal fucking teams in the world, so good luck with that.
Stop it.
Tyr's old ways are dead. He is dead. You understand? And then that's it. Then we're square.
Well, not now, but yeah.
I'll even sweeten the deal. I'll let you keep the prisoner that I know you stole. That's right. I know you're in here somewhere, you silver-tongued little shit.
Why should we believe a word out of you? What have your promises ever been worth?
There he is, my old partner in crime.
He's lost weight.
If he tells you snow is white, he's lying.
What kind of wisdom is that? Can't the smartest head alive see past himself? See that we all want the same thing? All right. Here's a deal I know you can trust. I'll settle your debt with my ex. Keep Freya off your back. Keep your boy safe. That's really all you want, isn't it? So what do you say?
No.
Don't take all day.
About time. I've been waiting for this. You're not from here. We got a tradition called blood payments. It means I get a piece of you for what you took from my family. You'll take it
That escalated quickly.
That was Revolver. Now show me this god killer I've heard so much about. I did not seek that fight with your brother. I don't care. How were you ever a god of war?
Yeah, this fight is so fucking awesome.
You know my past. The ghost of Sparta thing. Yeah. Then you know what I'm capable of. Show me! Now we gotta fight! Was hoping to see your blade. Guess they don't come when you fall. You insult me holding back like this. You should be better than this! Look at you, trying to remember your old moves. You're fucking hopeless! You spit on my son's memory! I can't believe they belong to you! That's for me! Sorry about your statue, Tyr, you preachy old stiff. If you're not fighting dirty, you're not fighting, right? Stop holding back!
See, in each battle now, there's all kinds of shit you can pick up and use as a weapon, which I think is super fucking cool.
Did my son die from blind fucking luck? Dumbass! You think you can come here, become a daddy, get a clean...
I love this moment.
You're a destroyer, like me. Oh no. I say when we're done.
They broke the fourth wall there.
I'm not leaving till I see the real. Get up!
You see the fucking screen you see when you died. Like, no, 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 no.
Let me see the monster! Afraid to get your hands dirty? Move away, my boy, show me who you are!
Yeah, when Kratos finally shows him, it gotta be one of my favorite moments.
This is for Modi! You put him last, even in death. The fuck you say? Modi sought us in fear of you. He died of the wounds you gave him. Oh, we got a model father here. This feels familiar. What? Don't matter. I can give a hot shit about you following my advice. I want to see the god who won this. I will end it. Now we're talking. That's all. You were finally showing me. This is the god that murdered a pantheon because they hurt his feelings.
I love how Thor wants to see Kratos at his worst. He's basically the Kratos of this mythology. So he's like, man, finally an interesting battle, and Kratos is holding back. So he doesn't really care, he has no beef against Thor. But you see the moment when he says, you know, fuck it.
Clever won't beat me. This is the foreign god that best controls her.
Where's the love of the fight?
I see why my sons fell to you. Even this lesser version of you. But I am not my sons. And your boy, Allfather,
As soon as he mentions his boy, that's the moment where you see Kratos kick into fuck you mode.
plans for him. There he is. There's the god of war. Consider your blood debt paid. He's seeing you.
Told you he'd make it.
Kratos! It's Sindri and Brock. That was quite a fight. Can we...
Oh, now! Odin is with Atreus.
Oh no. I'll go get a gateway ready.
Come on, then.
But I love that man fucking pops him.
Well, good to see you making new friends.
Yeah, exactly.
There, pack a punch. You know we made that happen, right?
You have mentioned it.
I love this game so much.
Wasn't ever sure you were listening. At least it was good to see the axe hold their own. Kind of the point, after all.
Yeah, they made the axe, the Leviathan axe, specifically to counter Mjolnir, because they made Mjolnir and he slaughtered the giants with it. And they felt bad. Like, they didn't know he was going to basically commit a fucking genocide. They were close to the giants. So they wanted Faye, Atreus' mom, came to them and was like, I need a weapon to rival Mjolnir. And so they made the axe. That's why they both come when they call them, because it's made by the same dudes.
All set. This'll get you home.
I know it's been a while, and I'm so damn lovable, but your boy's waiting, ain't he?
Oh yeah, it's a pre-order bonus. I forgot about that. Oh, and there's that's the Dark Odyssey outfit, which is fucking sick. And that's one of the things they added. Originally, you could do transmog, which I always wanted in God of War. But you could only do it when you maxed out the armor, which meant that like you could not do transmog until the game was almost over. And in a free update, they added it so you could do that. And then originally they had this, so it was a New Game Plus, the cloak. But they thankfully added in a patch that gives it into the regular game. I understand why they originally did it that way, because they were trying to show, you know, oh, here's a reason to play New Game Plus, but, you know, so. But, oh, man, the Dark Odyssey outfit actually looks really good. Let me check it out, the whole set, what it looks like. That looks fucking sick. See? This is based off his classic skin from God of War 2. He had a similar skin that made him golden. And you can turn it on and off, independent of the armor, which I think is cool. Oh, yeah, that's right, I forgot. It's a weapon set, too. even for a shield. And it's the fucking ram. That's so cool. I really like the way the cloak and shit looks on him. I love the temple too. You really see how things have changed.
No use trying to bypass your way around the realms. Odin's got him locked down tight. Or ain't you noticed? Hey, one last thing there, Tiny. If you got Aesir at your door, then I reckon your protection stave's busted. Once you chase Odin off, you got another place to lay your head tonight? And I don't mean that talking, though.
We will not abandon my home.
Oh, yeah? And what's to stop the all-fucker from spying on you? Or Raven pecking your house to splinters while you're asleep in it? Nothing, that's what. You go get your boy, and I'll speak to a certain someone about putting you up at his place in a pinch.
Brock and Sindri are fucking amazing. Yeah, Kratos came in there ready to whoop some Odin ass.
I was about to look for you.
Are you hurt?
Also, there's a little bit of delicious irony. In God of War 2018, Boulder knocks Kratos through the roof in their battle in the same spot. So it's a little bit of a funny joke that a lot of people miss, where it's like he patched it up and then Boulder's brother Thor literally knocks Kratos through the ceiling in the same spot.
Are you?
It's like, God damn it, I can't keep patching up the hole in the roof, man.
What does he want?
To, pay for the roof. And he invited me to Asgard.
Did he? I couldn't hear once he went outside.
I told him no. Obviously.
Good. Why were you searching for Tyr?
If I told you I was looking for him, you would have said not to.
So you hid the truth from me.
I wanted to tell you. I really did, but now that you know, there's something you should see.
No.
Just trust me, you'll want to.
You have broken my trust.
Then let me regain it. Let me show you what I found. Besides, we haven't seen the last of Odin or Thor. And clearly they can just walk in and blast holes in our home whenever they want. There's only one way to get them off our backs. And I think I know how. Sir.
My old friends.
Show me.
Kratos doesn't use the blades until he has to. Kratos doesn't really like the blades. Which, honestly, when you consider the fact that he murdered his wife and kid with them, you can understand why he tried to get rid of them, but like he said, he tried repeatedly to get rid of them, and it didn't work. They always came back to him. One time he dropped them in a fucking lake. Ooh, I want to see the Dark Odyssey handles. Ooh, they look good. Yeah, he has that too. The Dark Odyssey set, which honestly looks fucking sick.
Are you ready? Go.
I love just the pettiness. He gave him a coin to repay the roof.
And keep the change, you bastard!
And Kratos just throws it. He's like, fuck it, I don't want your money.
Where are we going?
The old temple in the Wildlands.
Why?
It'll be easier to explain once we're there.
I love that so much, man. Good old blades. See, you like swing it up. And I honestly fucking love the way they did that.
Godot didn't say anything else while you were outside.
Yeah, he said he doesn't care about Jotunheim anymore. That the Giants can keep their secrets. He's averted Ragnarok his own way. You think he knows all the Giants are dead?
I'm more concerned that it no longer matters to him. What's he up to?
Yeah, that makes sense, but I understand why they did that in 2018. It's, you know, the blades represented Kratos' past, basically. And they wanted the people to give the axe a chance. You know what I mean? See, you're much more mobile.
So close to home.
Are raiders warring with one another now?
Those are not their arrows. Something else is out here.
More over here. And fresh. Did they all get in while the stave was down?
That, or Odin cocked up the protection spell altogether.
Almost to the bridge. Oh, guess the bridge gave out. Gonna need another path to the temple.
Why would you come out this way alone, lad?
I had dreams calling me here.
And you can pull shit with the blades.
Whoa, that one's still alive.
No. Look closer.
Hell Raiders now? Who's doing this?
Suppose it's too much to hope that an enemy of theirs would be a friend of ours.
Yeah, probably.
You see something down there?
He can use it to climb down. They greatly expanded upon his speed, and that was one of the issues that I had with the original game, was he felt too slow. I appreciate what they're going for, but they've honestly fixed that a lot in this game.
Whoa! Bloody hell, brother! What was that?
Something strong and dangerous. Be on guard.
Oh yeah, being all the way on guard.
The map system's also a lot better too. The original map, it didn't do a good job of showing like in-depth locations. Now it actually shows like a pretty good layout.
When did this bridge collapse?
Oh, a while ago. Wasn't me.
I love seeing how the areas from the original game or the last game changed.
Whatever it is, it works fast.
I think try to explore everything.
Remember when I said there was someone who might help us get answers about the giants and Loki?
You mean Tyr, the old god of war in these lands, who is dead.
Well, for a dead man, Odin seemed pretty keen on seeing he wasn't found.
Right? He knows Tyr could unite the realms against him. Plus, Tyr was the giant's greatest ally. So...
Enough.
Still putting up offerings to Odin. I don't think he cares. Look out! Watch your right!
And many of the moves that used to be like runic attacks, they had a lot of runic attacks in the first game that a lot of people didn't like. So they actually found a way to incorporate them in the original moveset. Like this, Glacial Rake used to be called Thymir's Fury, and it was good. It just wasn't that great as a fucking runic attack, so nobody used it. So now they've put it in his base moveset, and they've done that with a lot. And it's actually really cool how they figured out how to do that. Yeah. Yeah, and they found a way to incorporate a new button. Because originally, all Triangle did was call the axe back. Which it still does when you throw it. Now it does the charge up, and it had no use for the blades. Now it brings out the boom. Like, they did so many great ways of improving upon what was already there. Every system has been overhauled.
That pillar wasn't in the
See,
way
you can now use the blades to move shit.
Like I was saying, Tyr was an ally to the Giants. So he'd be on our side if we find him. And if anyone might know who I'm supposed to be, it's him. If he's out there, we gotta find him. How can we not?
Those are many ifs, Atreus. What do you know?
We'll see soon.
You know, and I was skeptical that they could come up with a third weapon that I would love as much as the axe or the blades, but fuck, this drop near spear is fucking amazing. You don't get it until quite a ways through the game, but man, is it kick-ass.
What do you think?
Can't imagine what the lad's found, but he says he has evidence. We've come this far. Let's see it.
Many dead here.
We should keep moving.
Too late.
Use your blade! Burn them!
That's right. Set them aflame or they'll just keep coming.
So I really don't agree with people who say that Ragnarok isn't as good as God of War 2018. I think it's the opposite. I think it is much, much better in like every fucking way. Like I said, even stuff is like being able to dynamically pick up a tree. Or being able to grab somebody and throw their ass all out of the stage. Bye! I fucking love shit like that. And like I said, most of the people who said, oh, this game isn't as good as God of War 2018 are like, well, it's just not as fresh. It's just more of God of War 2018. You mean like a fucking sequel should be? I'm sorry. It's like, well, it's more of the same, but better. Yeah, that's what a sequel is, dog.
Isn't it nice how Fimbulwinter wore down all the helpful magic we acquired? Yet somehow new terrors only flourish. As if on cue.
Whoa! That looks
Brother, get up!
Ah, shit. Yeah, it's not an easy game. Although I think I don't think this is as is as hard as God of War 2018, but I think it's easier in a better way. Of course, you can always turn up the difficulty, and then it is, but I'm talking about base. I always try to play through games on normal because, one, it's the way that the developers intended the game to be played, and two, because I think most games make harder difficulty harder in a way that's more tedious. Oh, I do less damage, and the enemies do more. That doesn't make it more challenging. That makes it less fun. There are other games where it's like the hard difficulty actually adds, it gives an enemy new tactics and shit like that, which I really like.
Yet somehow new terrors only flourish. Is it fun to
Kill Winterman.
I also like how Kratos can read the runes now. That's a super nice test they added, because he actually took the time to learn.
What do they mean?
Oh, look, it's honey.
Still standing, yeah?
Ah, fuck that snow. I keep forgetting how deadly that is. Yeah. Well, you've also played it so much, you know? I think that's part of it.
Isn't it nice how Fimbulwinter wore down all the helpful magic we acquired? Yet somehow new terrors only flourish. As if on cue. Come on, Kratos. Off your
Fuck. Yeah, it's not a big deal. And like I said, they add all kinds of new shields that you can use that have different abilities. The shields aren't like a stat that change. I mean, they are stat changes, but the shields actually like have different abilities. Some are more useful for defending, some are more for parrying and have different movesets. So they just expanded it all around.
Isn't it nice how Fimbulwinter wore down all the helpful magic we acquired? Yet somehow new terrors only flourish. As if on cue.
Ah, what a bitch. Not a big deal. I'm just getting kind of back in the swing of it. Combat is actually pretty different in this game compared to 2018. Different for the better, but still. Plus, I'm used to having all my good gear, all my moves.
Isn't it nice how Fimbulwinter wore down all the helpful magic we acquired?
Yeah, that's the canon reason why he starts off at level 1 again. God, Kratos has been depowered so many times.
As if on cue.
There we go.
Climb.
On it.
Ah, he has gotten rather good at that.
It's like, he used to climb on my back. Oh, they grew up so fast. Hold on a second, I'm trying to see some.
Yet another grisly scene. Good hit, brother! I've seen my share of bloodshed, but this is an awful lot for one more. Oh no! Brother!
Oh shit, it's a fucking centaur, or actually a satyr, I believe.
Your heel's busted, brother. Just keep your feet moving, yeah?
Ah, fuck. And they also fixed the biggest problem with God of War 2018. There was not nearly enough enemy variety. There's so much more now.
Its horns are glowing. Might be a weak point.
Ah, I keep forgetting my shield's broken. Killed her with her own bow.
I just bloody tell you. Fimbulwinter Freya, the raiders, Stornod and barging in, and now stalkers spraying in our woods. This is no safe haven anymore.
Oh yeah. First runic attack, baby.
Father, the shield Mom gave you.
Thor damaged it. But now,
Perhaps the dwarves could take a look at it.
perhaps, later.
Come on, we can get in this way.
Man, wait till you see the fucking land of the dwarves, Alex. This game quickly takes you to the Dwarven realm, Svartalheim, or as they call it, Neo de Valir. Hard to pronounce. And man, it is so fucking cool. It has a very strong Celtic vibe.
Atreus?
Okay. You remember all those shrines we found, telling the stories of giants? How the panel on the left would be their origin, and the panel on the right would be their fate?
Yes. We found many. I have seen them.
Well, there's more to them than we realize.
Loot!
How do you always know how to find those?
It's a gift, okay? Kratos has been fucking opening treasures in obscure places since before you were born.
Well, the collapsed pillar is new, but the shrine is just on the other side.
That's not even a fucking joke either. See, the game is much more vertical, and he has a much greater sense of speed.
Things collapsing on a regular basis in these parts.
Fimbulwinter wears down all things, even stone.
That's dope. There we go. Come on.
Plus, I'm excited to show you the parts where you play as Atreus, because I actually really like his fighting style.
You watching?
Well, that's new.
Come on.
Atreus, wait!
Yeah, I don't think he's waiting.
Yeah, I don't think he's waiting. God. I love how fucking Kurt Mimir is. Are we gonna talk about the fact that you turned into a bear?
Somewhere only giants were meant to see. These shrines tell their stories to the world. But it turns out the real stories, the secret stories, those they kept here, inside. You remember the story of Skull and Hati, the wolf giants? Odin captured them because he thinks it'll help him control when Ragnarok starts.
I remember.
But that's not the whole story. See, this shows the giants setting Skull and Hati free.
They're free? Is this the past or the future?
Depends when you're looking at it.
Spoken like a giant.
See? The wolves are safe. Somewhere in Vanaheim.
Not the first place Odin would look, I suppose.
There they are, chasing the sun and moon.
Old habits.
Until, look, the moon gets stolen. Somehow.
Atreus.
See? Hati's got nothing to chase.
And they say celestial theft is a victimless crime.
Not totally sure who this is, but someone comes along and rescues the moon. And then, the moon blocks out the sun.
A total eclipse. Haven't seen one of those in 100 winters.
But then they chase an arrow, and things go back to normal.
What does any of this have to do
We're
with...
coming to that. Look, here's Ragnarok. Do you see who's leading the armies against Odin? That's Tyr. If he's gonna be around at Ragnarok, that means he's gotta be alive. Right?
Mimir, can this be?
Odin told me he killed Tyr, and he trusted me at the time, or so I thought.
What if he didn't kill him? What if he's just had him locked up somewhere all this time?
We are back to ifs. Enough.
Wait,
We are going home.
wait! I have one more thing to show you. It's just out here.
What is this?
God, this is one of the best fucking Kratos lines.
Well, almost everything.
That's giant craftsmanship. You've been to Jotunheim again?
No, I found it in one of the other shrines.
Other shrines? How many have you visited?
Well, all of them? All the ones I could still get to in Midgard anyway. I don't know what it is, but it's important. Just like all this. When I was inside one of the shrines, I saw an image of Tyr imprisoned, but I couldn't tell where. There are hints inside the other shrines. You mention black smoke and the bleeding earth, but we can never figure out exactly. Yeah, Sindri's been helping me. Look, I talked him into it. It wasn't his idea. I just needed someone to watch my back.
Black smoke. Bleeding earth. Could the prison be in Muspelheim?
Unlikely. Odin's got no presence to speak of in the primordial realms. But the bleeding earth? Sounds like a mine, aye.
So Vargelfheim.
The realm of a dwarf.
Neil Duvalier.
Svartalfheim, that's a good bet. Their mines did belch black smoke, and Odin's had his thumb on the dwarves for a very long time.
That's it then. Tyr's in Svartalfheim somewhere, imprisoned in a mine. So, what now?
Home.
This way.
Lad, even if we consider looking for Tyr, how do you have us getting to Svartalfheim? You know Odin's had all travel between realms locked up tight.
Sindri said he had an idea or two about that.
Sindri is full of ideas.
Great job, you're gonna get Sindri killed.
Huh. Ground looks kind of cracked there. There's a shortcut this way.
Ah, back to smashing through things for fun and profit. Lovely.
Mimir, did you hear of Odin's offer?
To the lad? Not much. They stepped outside. But he told us about it. I wouldn't worry.
What about the things he did not tell us?
Remember when we fought our first troll out this way?
I remember you lost control.
We must tread carefully, brother. Danger is close.
You okay fighting without a shield?
It is not my first time.
Watch your head!
Ah, fuck, that's right. Get fucked! Ah, keep old habits.
Phew. Almost home.
What? Don't hold the lad's curiosity against him. It goes with being young.
In my youth, we learned obedience.
And is that what you wish for him? Brother, he's going to walk his own path. If you don't want him walking away from you, then smarten up and walk with him a while.
Yeah, I love Kratos and Mimir's relationship, where they really grew a lot closer. Mimir's like almost like his peer.
If we could find a way to open Rome travel to Sparta, I bet there'd be all sorts of useful equipment for us to...
Enough. We will go.
Really?
But if we do not find Tyr, you will abandon your search. For good.
All right. You won't be sorry.
And it's true. The more you try to control a teenager, the worse it gets. I mean, we've all been there. We've all been rebellious. Fuck you, Dad. It's not a phase, okay? My Chemical Romance will always be my favorite band.
Kratos! Over here!
Sentry!
As I live and breathe, is that Atreus? It's been so long. How you've grown.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you'll follow me. Brock mentioned he needed somewhere safe to spend.
Yeah, this game has a big-ass hub. Another thing I really love about this game.
I believe your favorite dwarves can help you out with that.
It's really cool.
Your favorite dwarves, right?
You're still the only dwarves we know.
I'll take it.
Tonight will be the night that I fall for you over again. I say that as somebody who actually does like My Chemical Romance.
After you, my friends.
This hub is fucking awesome.
The cleanest cabin in all the 9 realms. And I'd prefer it to stay that way. Not looking at anyone in particular. Kratos. After that Thor incident, we thought we should make up some rooms, till you can figure out your next moves. Nearly there. As you can see, we've settled here in the realm between realms. It's nothing much, but it's safe from Fimbulwinter, safe from Odin's eyes. And you really can't beat the view if you're into shimmering gray voids.
That's amazing, Sin. We have a plan to talk to you about, actually.
Intriguing.
I actually really like this hub. And it gives the game a much needed thing, a place where you can just come and not be worried about anything, which is something that you haven't really had in any of these games.
Come in. Come in! Now, if you would just wipe your feet very thoroughly, I'll wait. You're not gonna wipe your feet, are you? Okay then. Your bedrooms are there, the kitchen is just over there. Anybody need a snack? Kratos? Snack?
I do not need a snack.
What we need is help getting to Sparta.
I do not need a snack.
To Tyr. Alive? I mean, that's... What?
It's okay. I told him everything.
Everything?
My son disobeyed.
No, I kept an eye on him. On your behalf. Nothing risky. Everything very safe. Somebody else speak.
What's important right now is that we try and open up travel between realms again. You said you know a way?
Yes, I do. It's just a lot of mud.
And why haven't you opened the way already, man?
Well, to be frank, there was something we needed your help with.
Oh! The Holder brothers finally require the services of the smartest man alive.
That's it precisely.
Not so fast. How'd that get in here? What the hell is it anyway?
That is my son.
What in all yarns me that happened to him? He's too damn tall now. And he looks like that. I blame you. Well, come on then. Let's get him something that fits at least.
He's just getting older, you daft prat. Didn't you ever have an awkward phase in your youth?
Hey,
I suppose what's done is done. But you'll be putting your foot down from now on if you know what's good.
Oh, he's trying. Believe me.
All right, let's gear you fuckers up before you go off galloping.
God, I love Brock. Let's gear you fuckers up.
Busted up good. Wouldn't you rather I just whip you up a new one?
It is important to me.
Well, I'll see what I can do. In the meanwhile, how about I fix you up with something to get you by? I only got materials to make one of these in the here and now. You bring me more resources, we'll see what we can do.
Oh yeah, I forgot you can basically charge that shield up, if I'm not mistaken.
If the kid's gonna insist on getting taller, best make a habit of swinging in for new duds. Looks like Thimblewinter's been hard on our girl. Give her here. She's overdue for some Brock love.
See, I like the way the blades look in this game. I just don't like them as much as they looked in 2018. I thought 2018 had the best look.
Found some items you left behind, tossed them in the chest. What would you do without me?
I'm gonna go look around. Check out my room. Tell Sindri when you're ready.
That's right, I can get new shit now. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. You should like.
See? I knew you wanted a snack.
Hey, come see. I guess this is where they store the food. Nice to have options if I wake up hungry.
No, I love you. You good girl. You can hear her purring. I love her. She's a good girl. Probably my favorite kitty in the world. Yeah, I'm just used to the way that I'm trying to get used to differing.
Finding everything all right, I hope?
How do we unlock the realms?
We'll just need something from back at the workshop. Follow me, and be sure to bring the head. So, where exactly is Tyr being held?
He's imprisoned in a mine somewhere. That's all we know so far.
The realm is full of mines, you realize. You'll need help narrowing it down. Oh, you should talk to Derlin.
Who's Darlin?
He's a cousin of ours. Sort of. Works for the city on safety issues. Should have access to all kinds of information on mines.
It was the pre-order benefit.
He's no friend of Odin. That's why your mother sought his help when she was trying to whip up a rebellion. Ready?
A rebellion? Did you know about that?
I did not.
A rebel leader who knew Mom. Sounds like exactly what we need.
I think you missed the ta-da. Well, never mind. I'll have this oiled up in no time. Meet you at the gateway outside.
Rebel leader? Derlin? If that ain't giving a hound a haircut.
Huh?
Atreus.
All right. See you out there, Sindri. You hear that?
Yeah.
We'll just need the Bifrost and the head. Brock, do the touching.
Oh, this would be the part requiring my assistance then.
You said it. This device here has been crafted to your
As soon as I get a chance, I
It'll
will.
help you get a better look at the problem with those Bifrost eyes of yours.
So I do...
and you can upgrade it. Yeah. Even reference it. An armor inspired by the elements of Fimbulwinter and granted to those with faith in the future. I knew I was gonna, get Ragnarok, so I pre-ordered it.
I control this thing somehow then.
Oh, no. This is just to hold you in place while we shine this light in your eyes.
Oh, Cindy, you sodding bastard!
Open! Open now! I was really hoping not to use the eyelid clamps.
Do it.
That's it? That's it? Good. Now, really?
That's fine. Just for certain games I do. I'll have Death Stranding 2 pre-ordered, for example, but I don't do it all the time.
Still unpleasant.
Oh, that's our cue. Come on, hurry.
I'm coming.
Grassfuckers, eggs, man. What was that for?
You'll see soon enough. Just need to adjust. There. That should do it. See? No permanent damage.
I'll show you permanent damage, you wee fuck. Kratos, throw me at him. Horns first.
Guess you takes a joke, you old goat.
The Bifrost is broken.
Now that we've reconfigured these gateways to use Yggdrasil seeds, you won't need a travel table or a Bifrost lamp anymore.
I also used it for light.
Okay, good note. I'll figure something out, but first, come on, let me show you how it works.
Such a good kitty.
Okay, aim your key at the rune for Svartalfheim on the right, then concentrate.
I'm so glad they added this.
In any of those realms, you'll need a seed for them.
Having to go back to the fucking realm thing and do the animation every time sucked, and it would have sucked 1,000 times more in this game, where you're exploring a lot more of the other realms, since 80% of the game isn't just Midgard. Our Vengar wetlands.
This should take you to the wetlands outside Nidavellir City. Just make your way to the town square and ask for Derlin at the tavern.
You sure they'll know him at the tavern?
Derlin's always been an inveterate inebriate. I suppose he might have completely changed, but in my experience,
Did you want to come with us?
Oh, I might drop in, but the wetlands are moist. And the Grim are everywhere. Hostile, slimy, foul-smelling creatures. But good luck!
Thanks. Wait, what?
I said good luck!
I love Svartalfheim.
Anything. Everything. It's warm.
Probably my favorite areas in this game are Svartalfheim and Vanaheim. Also really love Asgard, even though it's kind of linear when you visit it. That's my only real complaint with the Atreus sections. Not necessarily that they exist, which is some people's things, but more that they're all linear and you can't return to them. There's a lot of really cool places he goes. Fucking Odin's Raven.
One less feathery spy.
We can probably use his boat, if I can just get it free.
Careful, lad.
Why are these things so fast?
Oh, I forgot about these little fuckers.
Behind! On your right!
I see we're already off to a lively start.
Atreus, you dropped your guard.
I got the boat free, though. We can head through these channels when you're ready. What's the chain in the water for?
That'd be a dwarven supply ferry. Said ferry appears to be missing.
I still can't believe Mom led a whole rebellion here. Against Odin. And never talked about it.
The fact that it didn't go well might have covered that notion.
What your mother did before we met was her business.
Did you ever ask?
Eyes on the water. There are resources.
If you never asked Mom about what she used to do, what did you talk about when you met? Like, did you just say...
Woman, guard the house. I will go to catch fish in the river.
And then leave for 5 days?
No. Your mother was far better at fishing than I.
In particular, I think the world design in this game really excels over the original. They do a great job of giving you enough freedom. There was a little bit where you could explore and kind of go on your own thing, but it wasn't enough of it. You know, the best parts of the game were later on when you get to the shores of the Nine, and you would explore all these little islands. That, to me, was the best part of the world design. And they kind of, you know, every one of the regions, for the most part, has all these little hubs where you can freely kind of explore at your own leisure, and I really appreciate that. Where it's not quite open world, it's not there, it's wide linear. I mean, there was some of that in God of War 2018, but there's a lot more of it here. And I'm a big fan of that school of design where it's story-driven, but you're still free to roam around and explore.
Did you see that over there?
That wheel is blocking the channel.
I imagine if you can turn it, we should be able to get through.
So these are wetlands, huh? Pretty accurate.
It is a bog.
The smell is making my eyes burn.
You know, it is a fair bit more potent than when I last visited, now that you mention it.
Looks like the path continues on the other side of that geyser. If only we were in Midgard. That water would be frozen in a second.
Brother, do you think freezing it would work?
Think that's sturdy enough to climb?
Aye, good old dwarven craftsmanship. Looks to be an artifact from the dwarven resistance. Trade Mars Brasser, father of a few dwarves you may be well familiar with. Rock may be interested in getting these back. Better in his hands than out in the open.
I also like the fact that most of the quests in the game can be done with either Freya or Atreus, and they have different dialogue for each.
It's certainly possible.
It's not just the same lines voiced by both.
Although I don't recall if he ever declared allegiance outright.
Come on. There's got to be a faster way to get down there. Right side! Incoming! Incoming! Right side!
Behind you, watch out!
Right side! Behind you! Watch out!
Watch your left! Watch your left!
Left side! Incoming!
Still getting used to the different handling.
Watch your right!
Oh well, shit happens. No.
Left side! Incoming!
Get the fuck out of here. Didn't he do that?
Okay, there's gotta be some way to turn the wheel up here.
Whoa there! Give a man some warning if he's about to suddenly end up snout deep in cheek.
The ground.
Was that an earthquake?
An occasional but not unheard of happenstance in Svartalfheim. With all the mining here, the land's bound to be a wee bit bothered.
Think you can reach the wheel from here? Oh wow, nice job. We're exactly where we need it. I was thinking, because it's so warm, maybe it's not that the cold hasn't made it here yet, but maybe it's just different in Svartalfheim?
Aye, lad. Fimbulwinter doesn't strike all realms quite the same way.
Weird that Fimbulwinter doesn't always make it winter.
In Midgard it does, but as you can see, the effects here appear far more gaseous in nature. Observe the geysers. Observe the aforementioned aroma. These effects were present before in some form, but now there's new extremity to them.
Think we can fit under that bridge? Got him! Father, there. Everything good up there?
Trying to get the timing.
Those things are everywhere. Did they cap those geysers? I think we need to get that wheel moving, but the water doesn't reach. Okay, we froze one of those geysers. Is there another one somewhere?
Yeah, you gotta hit it from the right angle.
Yes! The wheel's moving and the gate's coming down.
That's more of an ingenuity for you.
Back to the boat.
If the dwarves of this realm are anything like Brock and Sindri, it's hard to imagine them siding with Odin.
Well, all too often people are blinded to all but their immediate self-interest. Odin offered them safety, and defying him can be quite dangerous.
Maybe they just need a couple of gods to come. Along and take the fight to him.
Atreus, that is not why we are here.
I was only joking.
War is not a joke, especially where gods are concerned.
He's got that right.
Yikes. This place is wrecked. And yes, I am staying alert. There are probably tons of those Grim around.
Okay, so I need B, N, and weird looking D. I know that's not the official thing, but, you know, I gotta do it in a way that's I can memorize. Okay.
Good thing you learned the runes, brother.
Alright, Echo, I love you, but now I know. Ba-blam!
I think that's everything here. Want to get going?
intend to recruit Tyr as an ally for war?
I'm trying to keep our options open. Let's just keep moving. I'm glad we're out here, exploring a new realm. Maybe we could just try to enjoy the warmth? Looks like we gotta find a way to open that gate if we want to get to Nidavellir. It's too fast.
Then how shall we catch it?
Flank it. Attack from behind.
Good.
Need. Gotta get behind it. But how? You did it. Let's see what it draws.
Loot!
Father. There. Halfway there. There's gotta be another chain to lower the rest of the gate. It's clinging to the wall! We gotta knock it down! Think you can uncover that geyser from here? Oh, I think I get it. If you freeze the geyser, the pressure will turn the wheel. Can you see anything from that block?
That's one of Cavassier's poems. Very eyebrow. You should collect any others you find. Lad, if I may, what exactly are you hoping to learn from Tyr?
Well, like I said, I was hoping he could tell me something about Loki. I'd also like to hear some of his stories. Traveling to other lands, giant stuff, and maybe about what it was like to fight back in the day. Just for the history, obviously.
History?
Let's hope Tyr's in a talkative mood after being imprisoned for so long. Not all of Odin's captives can be as charmingly voluble as myself.
We have no proof Tyr is truly here.
Right. That earthquake earlier. You think there will be another one?
It's unlikely, but geological disturbances tend to be unpredictable.
If the geysers and smell here are worse because of Thimble... Enter Maybe the earthquakes are too?
Aye. Might be onto something, lad.
Atreus.
Neo Devalier.
Wow. Now this looks like a city.
Welcome to Nidavellir, brothers.
Hey, dwarves! Oh. They're, running away.
An alarm.
I'd only sound an alarm like that if I still had my body, and was fearing the notion of being detached from it.
I held that for us, though.
They are scared.
Most definitely an alarm, I'm afraid.
Why is everybody hiding?
Stay alert.
Yeah.
Hey, can we talk to you for...
Yeah, which is kind of my problem where, you know, like I said, you know, you can't revisit Ironwood, really.
There'll be no help, to be sure. Best we find the tavern Sindri mentioned on our own, and hope they let us in.
The buildings here really are incredible.
The detail in the woodwork is quite extraordinary.
Is that a statue of Odin? They must really love him here.
Or fear him.
And I like that. I like the touch that there's a fucking Odin's Raven right outside the statue for him to spy on it.
Sindri!
Hello. I'd return your surprise, but I did know you'd be here. I've got something for you.
Thank you. What is it, dwarf?
You know, I'm glad I came back here at least once before Ragnarok. Oh, if these cobblestones could talk. Then they'd have mouths. Filthy, disgusting mouths. Do you mind if I fiddle with your bow? Oh, you are long overdue for a replacement. Taking advantage of certain material. Ow. Structural sensitivity to sonic vibrations has been something I've been meaning to try for quite some time now.
Thanks for, finally trying it. What's it gonna be this time?
Patience. I find it's best to see these things in action. Whew. There. Oh, take aim at that gate there. But before you loose, say, Skialfa. Well, I certainly didn't expect you to disturb half the creepy crawlies in here.
How was I supposed to know they were there? Okay, so, Durlin. Sindri, any idea where the tavern is?
Do I look like I've ever been to a filthy tavern?
Uh,
The sewer you just punched a hole through seems promising, though. For you. It should lead to the other side of the city. It's not like you're able to open other doors around here.
Another of Cavassier's poems.
So this lockdown really is because of us?
Oh my, yes. Odin's grip on this realm is so firm, any outsider is considered a threat.
Sounds like an Odinism if I ever heard one.
Best of luck.
Any outsider is considered a threat. Is that to protect the dwarves?
It sounds like it. But knowing Odin, there's sure to be an ulterior motive.
Well, everyone's hiding on this side too.
Odin's occupation of this realm has its hooks in deep.
But there aren't any guards patrolling. We're clearly not a threat.
yeah. That's the thing about innocence. By the time you realize how precious and how vital it is, you've already lost it and you can never get it back. You know? When you have it, you don't realize how precious it is. And when you do, you can never reclaim it. That's one of the sad conundrums of life. And if you're really unlucky, you know, or you've been through a lot of things, I guess you could say, you unfortunately can lose your zest for life. And then it's a real bitch, because how do you get back something like that you lost, that you know is important, but you can't quantify?
Why hide?
Resist and you're made an example of, to keep the rest in line. Self-preservation can outweigh bravery for even the strongest of folk.
Fear keeps them safe and alive.
And after so long of seeing all these dead ruins in places, it's so refreshing to see a place that's actually alive and filled with people.
I think I see something.
Yeah. But every so often, you know, we get rare moments that bring it back.
Hello?
For me, it's games. I play a good game, you know, a game that really grips me, and just for a brief moment, it's like I'm in the game and all of my troubles are gone. You know, and I feel that sense of wonder. That's why I love games so much. It's like stepping into another world. I mean, I love many aspects of gaming, but for me, it's always been the most of it has always been the escapism.
Yo. This looks promising, right? Oh, it's like a house. If he's here, maybe you should let me do the talking.
You.
Well, we don't want to intimidate him. You're tall as a tree and you have a severed head on your head.
None taken. Fair point, though.
Very well.
I'll be right back. I'm going to take a short break.